With South Africa's stubborn unemployment rates, retrenchments, and business closures due to a growthless economy, many young people are left scrambling for means of survival. While some are left helpless with the state of affairs, others push through the odds to sustain their livelihoods. And while 2/3 of these businesses fail within the first 5 years, others persevere to break through the decades-long obstacles confronting emerging businesses. Former IT professional Posam Gulu is one of those who in 2011, at the age of 29, quit her job to start her skincare products business in her own kitchen, using the little money that she had. Today, her products are distributed in many retail chains across South Africa and beyond the country's borders in the SADC region. Her entrepreneurial journey began at an early age and helped to build her resilience in a tough business world.
I was raised by my maternal grandmother, who was a businesswoman. You know those shops in the rural areas, we call them cafes.
Yes.
So she had one of those, and each time when she has to cash up in the evening, she would put me on the counter so I could help her count the cents and rands. And that for me, it felt like, okay, so when you run a business, you get a reward at the end of the day. So that thing was instilled in me, and my mom was a seamstress as well. She made curtains for people. So I'll take parts of the cloth that she leaves behind and create cushions and sell them in the neighborhood.
Wow.
You know, and that's how I made my money for school, lunch money, basically. Yeah, so I think business has always been innate in me. So when I discovered the marula oil, I was like, why is it that Africans, every time we have to buy something from somebody, why can't we create things ourselves, you know? And I saw this as an opportunity to create something greater.
What would you say have been some of the challenges that you faced being a young Black woman trying to run a business in this democratic South Africa?
There were many challenges. I mean, there's a lot of red tape. First of all, it's a Black brand. We have to prove ourselves 10 times more, you know, than any other race when we do something. There was a lot of rejection when it comes to our products, whether there's quality, whether testing has been done. You know, those are some of the challenges that we had to face. But we did mitigate them because I've always believed that you have to follow the right procedures. We went through the right channels. It took longer to get where we are, but it was worth it, you know, because when we first listed, we were only listed in 20 stores, and that gave us a chance to correct whatever mistakes we had on the product. Until now, we have a full running production. So for me, what democracy means, it gave us an opportunity, you know, to become great. One thing that every country or every human being in a country needs is peace, stability. Stability. The economy, for it to be great, it's up to people like ourselves, entrepreneurs and other industrialists that are rising. But if we can have peace and stability, we are able to become anything we want in the country. And that's what democracy has given us.
How does it feel being chosen as one of the young giants in Africa by Forbes magazine?
It's been a dream. It's still so unreal. I had thought even if Forbes were to feature my business, it'll be in one of their pages. Yeah. But a cover, I mean, that is an answered prayer. Of course, I've seen that, but I didn't see it now. I thought maybe years to come, you know. So it's a validation that whatever we are doing, we need to continue to do it. The world is waiting for us. Africa is behind us. So that's a beautiful validation.
Also raised by powerful women, 32-year-old fashion graduate Tppo Musala established his denim business in 2015. 9 years later, his business has grown in leaps and bounds. He now employs over 22 people, a far-fetched dream for a young man born and bred in the township of Tsakane in the east of Johannesburg. So what drove him to create his denim brand?
Over the years, it has become like a revolt, you know, like when you think about Africa or South Africa from an overseas perspective out of the continent, people don't view the continent as us as people who can make stuff. They don't view us as people who can create brands that can compete on a global scale. So for me, I think I am trying to build a brand that from South Africa to the world, and just rebrand how the world looks at us. We're not just a jungle, we're not just a charity space. We are creators, we are storytellers, we are people with culture, with heritage, and we also want to share that with the world.
What would you say were the major challenges to get to where you are today?
Besides finance, I think it was breaking into the South African mindset. Tppo, it's your normal guy next door. It's your ordinary guy, and taking the name Tppo and putting it in a pair of jeans and putting it in a premium pair of jeans, it's something else. So I had to convince a lot of people that actually Tppo is as good as your European brands, your American brands. So I think that for me was one of the biggest challenges, just changing the mindset of South Africans and how people consume our local brands and how South Africans look at themselves. My advice to probably young people is do something that you're passionate with. If you really want to change your circumstances, do something that you're really passionate about. I come from Mikasi. We grew up in a shack, and today, because of the passion that I have, the love that I have, and the focus that I have, and dedicating my entire life to this business has afforded me to create a brand and a business that can feed families, my family to start with, and 20 other people's families. So I think if you're a young person and you want to start a business, do something that you're passionate about, and be patient. It takes time to build a champion.
What does democracy mean to you, and what would you say are the channels that democracy opened for young people in South Africa?
If it wasn't for democracy, I wouldn't have had this. I wouldn't have this platform where I can create a brand, where I can connect with the whole world. So for me, I think democracy has built a platform where if you are passionate about something, you can go out and do it. There's no more red tapes. Of course, there are challenges, but it's not like pre-30 years ago where there was ni blankets, ni today as a black man, I can walk into any space and I can create a brand and I can own a store in the most luxurious space, shopping center in the country.
Determination, perseverance, and passion are the common denominators between these two young entrepreneurs. Hopefully, their inspirational stories, along with a few others who have beaten the odds, can be the story of many other young people in the next 30 years of South Africa's democracy. Nadia Dambuza, Democracy 30.